Right, so today we're going to talk about panning on steroids. Now there's a feature that's not very well known. If you right click on the panning area called Select Split Stereo Pan Mode, and what that does is allow you to send the left and right information to different parts of the speaker. Let's demonstrate that right now. So what we have here is a kick and two snare tracks. The kick is down the center and the first snare is panned 50 to the right and the second snare is panned 50 to the left, and they're grouped together. So let's listen to how this track sounds by itself. You can tell that some of this drum is going to the right hand side and some of this is being panned to the left hand side. So if we say pan everything to the right hand side, you'll only be able to hear what's been panned to the right hand side or what's been centered. So if we solo on this track here, you'll hear absolutely nothing because obviously that's all panned to the left. And similarly, if we now pan everything to the right, you will hear this, but you will not hear this drum track. And the reason for that is because that is obviously panned completely to the left. So what we can do now is select split stereo pan mode. And what that will do, it will say what is the information on the right hand side and what is information on the left hand side. And instead of cutting off the left or the right hand side, it actually just moves it into a different stereo position. So in this case here, if we move everything to the left hand side, 50L, 50L, we can hear what is in this track, but we'd also be able to hear what's in the right hand side track as well, even though this is panned completely to the right. And the reason for that is because we are now panning what's on the right hand side to the left hand side, so we haven't lost any information. So let's just hear the whole thing together. Now let's move all of this to the right hand side. Once again, we haven't lost any snare information at all, even though it's panned to the right hand side or left hand side. And where this is really useful is mixing applications, particularly on the snare signals. And if you have anything, say like a vocal track or drum track, which has really interesting left or right hand side volume information, then you can move that to wherever you want and have complete control.